What's up, y'all? It's your boy Baki back with another movie review, baby. Let's get it! Alright, so this time we're going to be doing Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Now, Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is a very interesting movie. Again, I've watched all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, so I have a kind of a weird retrospective on it all. And why it's so interesting is because it's not necessarily the same as the first, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, even the seventh movie. It's kind of its own thing. If you think about it, at the end of the first movie, Freddy loses to Nancy. So because of that, Freddy now really doesn't have a real way to come back. And because of that, he isn't there. You really don't hear about Freddy. For 5 years, Freddy is gone. And at the start of the movie, you get this pretty awesome opening bus scene where you have I think it's two girls and our new protagonist of the movie, if you will. His name's Jesse. I believe his name's Jesse. Yeah, Jesse. That's his fucking name. You learn that Jesse has now moved into Nancy's house, which was, I guess, once Freddy's house, I would assume, right? It's all the same shit. Or I don't know if that was Freddy's house. I don't necessarily know if that's Freddy's house, but it's definitely Nancy's house, okay? So the energy of Freddy is still there, right? And it always will be there in that place. So the whole entire movie and the premise of the movie is Freddy is trying to use Jesse to emerge into the real world and be able to actually cause harm in the real world. This is one of the few movies where most of the kills do not take place in dreams. Like almost all of them don't take place in dreams. It's a very interesting movie. It starts off very slow. It's about Jesse, who's in high school. He has a love interest, a girl who he takes to school all the time. That's basically his girlfriend. We catch him in the middle of everything. And you just kind of go through Jesse's life. Jesse has a new best friend that he befriends in football. During practice, they become friends. So those are like the main cast of people. Jesse, the girl, and his friend. This movie's interesting because people know what's going on, but they don't know why in this movie. In all the other movies, they almost instantly know it's Freddy. In the fourth movie, the first 2 minutes is like, Freddy's back. So in almost every single movie, they know it's Freddy. But in this movie, they have no clue it's Freddy. They don't really know up until maybe halfway through the movie when they find Nancy's diary. And Nancy's diary gives them a little bit of information that leads them further down the line. Now, like what I like about this movie, like I said, is it's not like they just made some cheesy way for Freddy to come back easily. And what happens is when Freddy comes back and he starts killing these kids, and the more they talk about Freddy, the more strength he's getting. So he's actually becoming stronger because of this. And the way that Jesse kind of changes overnight is an even more drastic approach than how Nancy changed, with her being tired and everything, because Jesse never knows what's wrong with him. He's always at the events of these killings. Every killing that happens, Jesse's there, and he doesn't know why. He's taking control of him. And that is the most interesting part to me, is Freddy isn't just doing the whole dream thing this time. He's actually taking control of someone and actually affecting things in the real world. You know, it's a very, very interesting concept. Now, the movie does have its flaws. And one of its biggest issues to me is it doesn't really have, like, I don't know, the typical kills you would call in like a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Like most Nightmare on Elm Street movies are like kills are super creative, really. And if you think about most of the kills in this movie, there really aren't too many creative kills. There's the first death is the coach of the two boys' football team or baseball team. He gets killed in the showers. That's a hilarious kill, first off. And it just is Freddy fucking around with some towels, smacking his booty cheeks. That shit is fucking hilarious. I love that. Then you have his friend Ron's death. Now Ron gets fucked up, but Ron's death isn't even as cool as Jesse's transformation into Freddy. So Jesse tells Ron, hey, don't let me fall asleep, or I'm going to fall asleep. If I start acting weird, wake me up. Jesse falls asleep for like 2 hours. Ron's like, I'm tired. This kid's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm going to go to sleep. Again, that's why Freddy's so cool. Then Jesse wakes up and he starts screaming. And next thing you know, we have this awesome scene of Freddy emerging out of Jesse. Only for Freddy to kill Jesse with his parents beating on the door. So his parents are trying to get in, but they can't get in. And they can't get in because it's real. And Freddy is really there, tangibly having to fuck these kids up. There's no other way for him to do it right now. He can't do it in your dreams like he used to. This entire movie takes place on the real landscape. It doesn't take place in dreamland at all, which I think is incredibly interesting. Now, everybody does have bad dreams in the movie. Freddy is still giving those dreams, but every time they usually get killed, it's in the live landscape where people have to go and deal with it. You get to the middle or the acme of the movie, if you will, and that is where Jesse is at this pool party that his girl is throwing. And, they're about to do it, basically get into the gets, about to get it on. And then this happens. I mean, if you'd have put that somewhere else, she might have been down. Let's just be real. If you'd have put that somewhere else, she might have been down. So obviously a transformation's happening. So Jesse needs to get away, get out of here, get out of the situation. Doesn't make it in time, and Freddy emerges. Now, this is one of the craziest moments in all of Nightmare on Elm Street to me. Is these people, we don't really know how they're perceiving it, but either they're looking at Freddy or they're looking at Jesse. I would guess that they're looking at Freddy. But the whole entire pool party is now turned into this labyrinth of death. It's almost like the Carrie movie, but on Nightmare on Elm Street. So he locks everyone that's at the pool party in, and then just death ensues. You have people stepping on top of people, breaking people's necks. You have people getting just stabbed, thrown into the pool, which is now boiling water. You have people getting burned, just slashed. I mean, it is just a bloodbath. Freddy is going off. He goes off. And finally, he disappears. And then the chick drives to go try to save Freddy, the girl. She comes through, and her love helps break Freddy's curse. Or not Freddy's curse, but Freddy's grasp that he has on Jesse. And Jesse's freed. Roll credits. Now, the one thing that is really crazy to me is if you hear this dude Jesse scream, this man, that's why he got hired. 1,000,000%. Listen to this. That's why he got hired, man. That scream is ridiculous. So I think it's super funny that his scream might be one of the best screams in all of Nightmare on Elm Street in the entire series, which is interesting. I see why a lot of people don't like this movie and why it didn't do as well as some of the others. But I see that, but I also know that I really do enjoy this movie, possibly more than the others. This might be my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street because it's just so different, and Freddy had to find a way to be relevant in an age where he wasn't anymore, and he found that little stick, and that was pretty cool. I love that. That was awesome. So that's my review of Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. If you guys like the video, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, talk down below. What's your favorite Nightmare on Elm Street? I'm going to try to keep pushing these bad boys out. We just pushing out content every day. You know what it is. Informative material. It's your boy Baki signing out. Peace.